Do you have few days left for your CA Foundation exam and yet wanted to clear it? Well, once my teachers completed their portions, I had only 20 days for my exams and yet I was able to clear it. Welcome to our channel and this is Ritika. Let's see what it takes to clear CA Foundation exam, and it is not about the time, it's about the way you approach the subjects. So firstly, it's important to know what is the criteria to clear the exam. You have to score minimum 40% in each subject and minimum 50% overall. And now pick two of your favorite subjects, that is the subjects that you can score high marks. So in that two subjects aim at least 80 plus. Only if you aim higher you can score good. And the rest of the other two subjects aim at least 60 plus. Because of scoring such goals, it is not meant to leave some of the topics. Make sure that you cover all the topics. It is just to get an idea of how strong you have to be in each subject. If it is your favorite subject, of course, you can study even more stronger, right? Secondly, it is important to know the chapter weightage of each subject. So, for this, I used ABC analysis. This is just to know the order of preparation. If we complete preparing some of the high weightage topics, we will get some confidence that some marks in the exam are reserved. Thirdly comes the 20-day master plan that I used for myself. As you can see in the screen, I have divided the 20 days into 4 slots of 5 days. In the first half, that is in the first 10 days, I decided to complete all the syllabus. So, how to do this? You have to divide each subject into two set of portions. It can be based on the mark weightage order or it can be based on the easy to difficulty order. I thought of completing 50% of all the subjects in first 5 days, but actually it didn't work out. So I tried completing one subject in 2 days. So if you take accounts, I completed chapter 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9 in one day. And in the second day, I completed 7, 11, 1, 3, and 10. So we will be having 2 days left. In that 2 days, we have to utilize to cover the topics or the chapters which we left. And I used the third slot of 5 days for revising all the topics that I studied during the first 10 days. So make sure you actively recall all the topics that you covered and not just randomly reviewing the notes or just reading passively. Make sure you actively learn and recall all the concepts and topics. And in the final slot of 5 days, I used it for writing MTPs. So in my case, I wrote only one MTP per subject because I just wanted to know the exam environment and to know the type of questions being asked. And since the time is very short, I wrote only one paper per subject. Also, my friend shared me one tip that it is more important to correct the paper. Spend more time in correcting the paper that you wrote because you should remember the right answers you wrote and do not repeat the same mistakes that you did. And you should be confident in writing the answers which you guessed writing it for the first time. So, this is how I planned my last 20 days. So now let's see subject wise strategies that I used. So when it comes to accounts, I didn't prepare all the sums. I just learned one sum for one model, which actually saves your time. So for theory, you can just prepare the book back questions on the true or false. Uh, Only with the book back questions you can score almost 10 marks out of 12, and rest of the theory, what I did was I just saw a few concepts like I can write it on my own words. And when it comes to law, make sure that you remember all the keywords, all the law based keywords you have to remember, and the rest of the thing you can just frame it on your own. And for case study based questions, you know the format, right? Writing the provision first and facts of the case and relevant case law and the conclusion. Don't write the conclusion in the beginning because if the conclusion was wrong, they don't even check the rest of the answers. If you give the conclusion at last, there is a chance of getting 1 or 2 marks for the provision and facts of the case. And don't miss to study the examples given in the lesson, also the book back questions. Because I noticed that similar questions were asked in the exams by just changing the data alone. And when it comes to quantitative aptitude, firstly prepare your logical reasoning, statistics, and chapter 4, that is time value of money, because these chapters are little high weightage chapters. You will be little confident if you complete these first. And for the theory questions in maths, my senior suggested me to prepare only the theory questions which are given in the question banks. And for economics, it is very, very important to have your concept strong. And for macroeconomics, also include the data based questions in your preparation. So that's it all about the preparation and the strategies that I used. And finally, it's very important to have a strong mindset that you're going to clear your exams, however the question paper is, however the questions are framed. Say to yourself that you will face the paper and give your 100%. And during the last days of preparation, don't waste much time on writing the mock test. Maybe write one or two, because you have to focus much on the concepts, and you have to keep on recalling the things that you studied. And stay calm. If you're calm and positive, even during the exam hall, if you have not even studied the topic, you can also remember the things which were taught in the class. Also, during the exam day, stop revising or stop studying at least before 1 hour of the exam, and relax yourself. Make sure you have all the required items so that you don't get tensed or panicked at the last moment. Have a positive mindset and do your preparation with your full heart, and you're for sure gonna clear this attempt. All the very best. Thank you.